Hey everyone, it's Anna McMillan here, the owner of Little Wings Sleep, certified sleep coach, and I am here with Bonnie Norwood, certified sleep coach as well. We've been working together with our team to help families across the world learn how to sleep without leaving their babies to cry it out. Because, like, legit, who wants to leave their baby to cry it out when you know that your baby needs support? And we want to help families with our really like learning sleep and learning their child. So it's not just about sleep, it's about parenting too. So, welcome, Bonnie.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I love being on these with you.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I feel like it's just always like, when we chat and it's like, okay, we're just letting everyone into our chats. And it's really fun like that.
Minus the Starbucks drive-through line.
Yes. Yeah. Every morning. Yeah. Yep. And a venti decaf Americano with the extra sweet cream cold. Sorry, what was that, Bonnie?
Say hi to Bonnie. Yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah.
barista at Starbucks knows Bonnie on FaceTime. It's quite sad though that I have such a bad Starbucks addiction, but it's gotten us through the pandemic. So
Absolutely. We have grown a lot the last couple of years. I credit Starbucks to a lot of that.
not sponsored, guys, not
Not
sponsored at
sponsored.
all.
Wish.
Just
Starbucks
addicted.
sponsor us.
Yeah, not sponsored, just addicted.
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty bad. So,
Yes, it is pretty bad. Today we are talking about 10-month-olds because we are in our age series that Bonnie and I are doing. We're going here, there, and everywhere, all of the ages, so you never know what's going to come out next. But we find that people love them. They're so helpful. So we kind of do like three things that we love about this age, three things that are tough, and three things that we can help with straight away, like that you can implement because as I was saying, we need like legit helpful things. 10 months is a hoot and a holla. I love it. And then it's also entering into what I find one of the hardest stages too.
ooh, interesting. I love all the age groups, but 10 months and up, I feel like it gets easier.
Oh, I find it when they start to walk at like my kids was like 11 months and then 13, 14 months. When they start to walk and can't follow instructions, that period to when they can follow instructions and like independently walk and going up and downstairs, that's my hardest.
Hmm.
Because like I'm not one of those moms who like wisely would do multiple trips to the car. I'm like that mom who is like, how many children and how many bags and how many strollers can I carry all at once without putting my neck out?
Yep, fair enough. Fair enough.
So rogue toddlers doesn't go with my efficiency plan.
Got it. Understood.
Okay, you guys are really getting the inside of today.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're
so like
tired today.
10 months is like pure awesome because they understand you, they get you, like you've got good communication, they're getting that sense of humor, but then they're still not walking around. So it's like you can put them down and they might crawl, but they're not gonna like run off
Kind of
somewhere.
stare. They stay stationary. Yeah. Yeah. You
But
don't have to
then
worry.
they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. That's funny.
So what's one of the great things you love about this age, especially when it comes to sleep?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a few things. I really do love this age group. For one, especially when it comes to sleep, they're pretty much always on two naps, and you can pretty quickly go straight to a set two nap schedule. You may have to tweak it a little bit, but there's not, like a 5 month old has a huge wake time variation. A 12-month old maybe on two, maybe on one, you don't really know. But at 10 month, you can feel pretty confident they're going to be on two, 10, 10:30, 2:33. I mean, it's just pretty cut and dry, which is really nice.
And they can handle that kind of like set. Like
Yeah,
this is around that 8 to 10 months is when you can go to more of a set times rather than like awake times as much because they can handle a bit more flux like each way.
exactly. Exactly. Something else I love about this age group, I actually had a 10-month-old do night one last night. And
Oh,
yes, yeah, it went really well. It took 45 minutes night one. However, they said they never got into that like red, which is what we kind of call the like panic brainstem firing space. They were like frustrated. They were confused. They were like, why are we changing things up? They pulled the passy like immediately. It was a rip the Band-Aid situation. Um, and
Sometimes we
then
have those, not always.
not not always. That was their choice. But it really went so well because these parents had built up a level of trust already with their child that just their presence alone helped keep the child regulated enough to say, okay, I can do this. And then nap one today was like 20 minutes. Like
Nice.
like
Like
going
to fall
down
asleep,
time.
guys.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
they slept for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So
which is amazing. Like we want it to take 5 to 20 minutes for a child to fall asleep,
yeah,
right? So, and it's normal for them to be some protesting because it's change and it's hard,
right.
but we want it to take 5 to 20 minutes for them to fall asleep. So then, like their second attempt to fall asleep, only taking 20 minutes and never getting into that fight, flight, or freeze space. That's not what we want. We
No.
want to keep them like regulated. Yeah, they might be frustrated,
Yeah.
but we want to keep them regulated.
And mom said for nap one today, it was even more like confused, kind of fussy, kind of just like exploring the boundaries of the crib, not even like mad the whole time. And so I just feel like 10 months olds, you get quick results, which I love.
Yeah, they learn very quickly. They
Yes.
do. They learn. Any client that I have that is a 10-month-old, I have to admit, they learn very quickly. They click onto it and are good to go.
Yep. As long as you're consistent at this age group, they're quick.
Yeah, which is great. I love that.
Yeah.
Another thing I love about this age group is that they click onto communication really well, like routines. They love routines.
Mm-hmm.
They want it to be clear and they want it to be on point,
Mm-hmm.
and they will like help lead with it. Like it was around this age that my like baby would crawl to the laundry pile. This is when I was like not super organized. Crawl to the laundry pile and like pull out her sleep sack to be like, hey mom, come on.
Yeah.
Like sleep sacks, like one of the things in the routine. We need to do that. Come on.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I love that about this age group. And I think that pairs so well with, I mean, the quick results because I feel like this age group as well is where, maybe you've been like nursing to sleep up to this point or rocking or, whatever you've been doing. I feel like at this point, this age group is where those things a lot of times stop working. And the
Mhm.
kid is like, can you just teach me how to do this? Like, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah. And that's so true. Like, and that's also generally when parents are like, okay, I'm ready.
Okay. We are also, this is where I mean, finally reached out with Merrick, our youngest. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, we can't do this anymore. He seems
Yeah.
annoyed
You're
that
like,
we're trying to put him to sleep.
it's just like, guys, figure out another solution. You guys are the ones with the ability to Google.
Yeah. Can you just put me down? Like, please? Please? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
What babies would say if they could talk. Okay, so what are some hard things about this age group?
So a hard thing is that as quickly as they do click on, if you are inconsistent,
Mm,
ooh, they will fight I mean, I was going to say to the death. They won't fight to the death, but
no.
they will fight and fight and fight until there is consistency, either help sleep or independent sleep. They want to know which one.
They want that clarity. And
Mhm.
it's like when we say fight sleep, it might be that they like don't lean into that sleep pressure, right? It
Mhm.
might be that they get frustrated that something that used to work is now not working for them.
Mhm.
Or it's like they're like, well, don't you just want to feed me back to sleep? And so then mom does, and they're like, yeah, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't work as well. I'm not as good of sleep. So I'm going to get angry about that. It might be that they're going in and out of like stage 1 or stage 2 sleep, that drowsiness.
Yep.
And then they get really annoyed, which can lead to more protesting.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Micro naps, that stage 1, stage 2 especially affect this age group, I feel like. In the
Yeah.
matter of it makes them really angry.
Because they're like, I've had a 2-minute nap.
Yeah, they're like,
Do not put me down. I am ready to rock this world again.
yep, yep, absolutely. I do think another challenging is a lot of times this is where they are starting to stand or starting to try and walk. And a lot of times they can stand and don't always know how to get all the way back down. And so
Yes.
then they call for help or they fall or lots of other things. So that can be a challenge as well.
Yeah, I often find like then we have to do extra learning with that, like going from laying down to standing, and
Mhm.
especially babies who have like previously been co-sleeping because they're used to having that anchor on the mattress, right?
Mhm.
So then it's like really important to do that daytime practice.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I think another one of the hard things about this age group is they're becoming so aware, like that separation anxiety. It's not so much about separation anxiety as it is their world is opening up in a big, big way.
Mhm. And that can be overwhelming for them because they acknowledge they're little and the world is so big.
Totally. Yeah. So it's like, this is where it comes back to routines. They're like, hey, are you coming back? Well, I need a routine to show me that, like, whenever dad leaves, he like gives me a kiss, he takes his keys, puts his shoes on, and he goes and he does the backward routine when he comes back
Yeah.
so that I don't feel like unsure about what's happening. It's
Mhm.
also the age where they need a little bit more transition time, right?
Mhm.
Because of this. And so it's like, instead of being like, here's grandma, mom's going to the loo, it's going to be like, hey, I'm going to hang out with grandma for 2 to 3 minutes before I'm going to peace out to the toilet.
Yep.
Because otherwise, baby's going to be like, where did mama go?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with all of those.
Yeah. So let's talk about 3 things that we can do to help our 10-month-olds.
Yeah. So one, I would say, really, really, this might be kind of a vague one, but make sure you really understand what actually helps your child. I find that around this age is where there is a lot of delineation and they do like things a certain way. And so
Yeah.
know your child and what helps them, not what helps like your friend Susie's kid down the street because yours is so different.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is like where environments and relationships matter.
Yeah.
Spending time, like this is definitely a time age where it's
Yeah.
like you can't just like breeze through things. You can't just be like, oh, hey, here's your crib and now you're going to sleep in it.
Yeah.
No, we need to spend time in our room. We need to play in there. We need to put away laundry. We need to have time with transitions. Like this isn't where you can just like get home and 10 minutes later put them down to bed. It's like you're going to need transitions.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They kind of give you a soft start because when they're toddlers, man, do they need those transitions?
Yeah, and I really feel like this is kind of the beginning. I mean, they're still your baby, but I feel like 10 months is kind of the beginning of toddlerhood. Very
Yeah,
loosely.
very, very loosely. They're showing that those preferences, that personality. And then I think the last big thing is like that consistency with like A, routine, but B, not changing anything until you really know what you're doing and you're changing it intentionally. Even that goes for like their schedule or their like timing. You can't
Yes.
just be willy-nilly with sleep at this age.
No, and absolutely at this age, if different caregivers are doing different things, it is going to bite you in the tail. I remember like the first time my parents kept the boys after we taught them how to sleep, we like had like pages of instructions. But we were just like, this has to go well. And we might have totally gone a little bit overboard, but it really does help when they can know the routine is going to be consistent. That can help caregivers be a bit more interchangeable when the routine is the same.
Yes. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And so it's like changing things with consistency. We talk about this in Sleep, Sleep Baby so much is like, how do we provide consistency? What does that look like? How do we communicate with your baby?
Mhm.
And doing it in a way that when we do implement change, there's not confusion because, like we said, this age group does learn really quickly. They are very good learners.
Yes. Very good learners.
Yeah. I do love that. And then like as they go through development, it definitely makes everything else much smoother.
Yes, it's very normal for me to see clients who, will do like 3 to 4 days, they start sleeping really well. Again, we usually see results pretty quickly at this age group. And then like they message me and they're, "Oh, he just started walking." Like that's very normal to start seeing development really like fly once they start sleeping well.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Bonnie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you guys have found this helpful. And as always, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, however you need help. And make sure you grab that free baby class on our website as well, because it is dynamite and is going to walk you through some essentials, especially if you have a 10-month-old. Thank you so much, Bonnie, and have sweet dreams, everyone.
Hey there, Mama. Are you feeling exhausted, frustrated, and just a little defeated? I hear you, and I've been there, and thankfully, I can help. Let's teach your baby to sleep. I'm talking 10 to 12 hours of sleep each night. Little Wink's Sleep Sleep Baby program uses a science based, gentle, parent present approach that fosters healthy attachment while teaching independent sleep skills. We don't believe in letting your baby cry it out. This program includes everything you need, such as our insider strategies, both on night sleep and naps, as well as extras like our monthly live Q&A.